Good morning, student. In this third video lecture of non-verbal communication, we are going to complete remaining part of study. We have seen that in non-verbal communication, there are four important subtypes: codes, body language, paralanguage, and graphical communication, or I may say science related. We have seen up to the handshake in the kinesics in body language. Let us go further. Here the examples of handshakes are given in the form of image: first, second, third. In that, third is proper one, because in the first we are trying to catch or press the hand of other person. We need to press it, but press should be equal from both the end, from the receiver's end and from the sender's end. In the second, we are trying to turn over the handshake, means we are making turn into a handshake and showing some kind of dominance, some kind of aggressiveness in the second one, where the upward force is applied by the lower hand person. Here lower force is applied by the upper hand person. Now in the third, force is equal upward and downward. As a result, it is ideal handshake, and we have to use it for the sake of showing confidence. When you are going to have the handshake with somebody, at that time what is required? See, you should press the hand, but pressing of hand should be light one, delicate one, not like earlier one given here in the example. So, and in today's era, handshake has not that much importance, because due to coronavirus we are going to use Namaste Indian treatment and everybody is following in the world. So ideal example is press should be there from both end, not from any one end. Both the persons who are having handshake, they should press the hands of each other delicately or gently. If you do not press it, it does not show your competence. Okay, next, some negative handshakes. Dead fish like, means you want to give handshake but you are afraid, or you are little bit having problem to give the handshake. As a result, your hand is shown here in the fish in the hand of another person. You should not have such a kind of handshake. Another is pressing, so much aggressiveness, so much dominance. As a result, this is like an accident situation in handshake. As a result, what you need to do, you need to use the gentle handshake pressing technique, where both are accepting each other with gentleness or with calmness or quietness. Weak handshake and aggressive handshakes are not applicable here. Now let us go to the further part of codes. First code is proxemics. Proxemics is related to keep the distance, means language of distance. It is a language of distance. As a result, we have to keep proper distance. Means, see, when you are communicating with someone, at that time you have to keep certain distance, certain amount of distance in between you and listener. If it is a speech, public speech, lot of distance is there. If it is a personal talk, we have very less distance. So what is proxemics? Proxemics is the scientific study of pace in communication. There are two types of pace: speaking pace and the physical pace. Speaking pace, we will discuss it in the paralanguage, and here distance means how much distance should be there from listener and receiver. According to that, Dr. Albert have created four zones of distance. First zone is intimate zone, in which we have our relatives, or with whom we have our good relations. We may call it as friends, family members, society persons will come under this, no doubt. But see, the distance is 15 centimeter to 45 centimeter. They may be close to each other, they may touch each other. Here spouse, or we may say kids, parents, such people are here, where the emotional bonding is there. At that place, at that time, you can use intimate zone. Suppose you are sitting in a bus and you are talking with the person sitting near to you, and you are keeping the distance not at all. Distance is below 15 or 45 centimeter. Can you say that this is the intimate zone? Okay, as far as that travel is concerned, it is the intimate zone, but we cannot apply the complete measurement of centimeters, because the passenger is not your spouse, not your lover, not your relative. As a result, even though there is a distance, less distance, still it is not intimate zone at all. Are you getting my point? What I would like to tell you that along with distance there is a relationship, there is another criterion, another parameter, that is what of emotion. We have already marked here. Next zone is personal zone, 4 feet to 25 feet. A teacher is talking with a student by keeping the 4 or 5 feet distance. This is the example of personal zone. Why it is personal? Because student knows very well who is the teacher and what is the subject or knowledge of teacher. Teacher knows very well that how is the student and what is the knowledge of student. Means they are personally aware of each other. As a result, it is a personal zone where we can use it. It can be used in social function, parties, and such events, functions where there is a gathering together. If unknown person is there and you are talking by keeping the no distance, can you talk? Can you bring any unknown person into intimate zone? You are in a social function? Not at all. You keep the distance. So it means that already you have the knowledge of proxemics with you, and that is what science or scientific study of pace in communication. Now point is that we should study it clearly so that it may become more perfect while you are communicating with others. Now let us go to the third zone of proxemics, that is what social zone, more than 25 feet. It is applicable, okay, where you can keep the more than 25 feet distance when you are talking with someone at a bus stand, at a railway station, or maybe somewhere in the hotel, at such a public places where you can use this distance of or proxemics of social zone. And public zone more than 3.6 meter, we can say that public addresses, addressing the speech, mob, and having communication with somebody away from the due to corona, you can understand that we need to have to use the public distance for while communicating with each other. Means even though it is in intimate zone, social zone, personal zone, you have to keep the public zone so that you may be safe, you will be safe. So what I would like to tell you here in the proxemics means the scientific study of distance in communication. Albert has created 4 zones: intimate zone, personal zone, social zone, and public zone. You can understand on distance 15 to 45 centimeter intimate zone, below 25 feet personal zone, above 25 feet social zone, and above 3.6 meter public zone. Public zone is used for the public places. Social zone should be used for the social function, or you may use it in your colleges, in the society, or in the home. You can even use the social zone, no doubt, if you want to. And personal and intimate zone, you know it very well. You are applying it for so many times. Now next, vocalics. Vocalics means scientific study of sound, voice. Voice means voice, instead of voice I may say that sound, because when you have whistle is also one of the example of vocalics. When you murmur, that is also example of vocalics. It is a scientific study of sounds in English. Now pronunciation, it is related with the pronunciation. See, when we are talking with somebody in English, what we say, RP means received pronunciation. There is a basic difference. Vocalics is different and pronunciation is different. In vocalics, what we can include, whistle is there, clapping is there, patting is there, also having the click with the hands. All these are the vocalics. Even though if somebody is away from you, there is a lot of distance, and you say a is also vocalics, because it is used for a particular action. There is no meaning. What does it mean? Is there any word in English language or any other language? So words are not there, but sounds are there, and those sounds are used for the sake of communication, are called vocalics. Are you getting my point? So trace and intonation is given here for the sake of understanding. Intonation is there, but it is not the part of vocalics. For the sake of understanding, I would like to differentiate it. Pronunciation means pronouncing words correctly. We say government, but actually the pronunciation of government is government. We say economy, economic. We say good morning, good morning, good morning, means good morning, not good morning. And again other, not other. Such a kind of things are there in pronunciation and intonation. Intonation and pronunciation are not the part of vocalics. Vocalics means the sound which has no meaning, but it has a contextual or attached meaning to it. Clapping is universal, no doubt. Hmm? If you clap here in India, it's acceptable. If you clap in America, it is acceptable. But there are certain things that we cannot use. It is the example of Indian vocalics. It is not used in America. In America, what they will say, excuse me. What in India used. Are you getting my point? These are the examples of vocalics, and you can understand what is vocalics. Nucleus example are given here for the understanding of it. That is not important for here to understand it, because vocalics is not what pronunciation. Further, pace of rate of delivery, it is also come. I talked about that. There is a pace, distance pace and speaking pace. There is a spelling difference also, and we will discuss it in the paralanguage, no doubt. Let us go ahead. Now, chronomics means the scientific study of time in communication, time related. Chronomics is related to time. Now see, if you want to talk about something that is related to the past, can you use could or can, or could or can past form is could. If you want to talk something about the past, you can use could. If you want to something about the present, you can use can. And if you want to talk something about the future, you can use can. So we must know that can and could can be used for the different times. Actually, in America also, see, in Indian culture, what is this? See, are you following chronomics? Means there is the time given to you to reach a function, and you are reaching there in the time. It means you are following the chronomics of communication. But in India, mostly we delay, because in India chronomics is not followed. So going to work, meeting, or any other function late, arriving late at parties is acceptable, because we are not following the chronomics of communication. Sometimes we keep the patient or patient waiting on the doctors are not following that one. So what I would like to tell you, that chronomics means once you give the time to a particular person for meeting or any other thing, if you have appointment with that person at the right time, you should reach there in the right time. You should not make delay, and if you are doing so, it means you are having the perfect knowledge of chronomics, and you are following the one of the non-verbal communication subtype chronomics. Now further, haptics, it is the language of touch, sense language. So if you want to say something, even hip hooray, something like that, these are expressions used in the vocalics. Now what haptics means, science or language of touch. If you want to pat someone, you cannot pat someone in the air. You have to touch to the backside or pat of that person, and then you can do so. If you like a person, you keep the cheeks and tear it, or forcefully you bring aside both the cheeks and try to show that you like that person or something like that. Means what I would like to tell you, that physical intimacy, touch, interpersonal relationship. We have discussed about the interpersonal relationship. Interpersonal means what? Your relationship with the other person. Handshake is also haptic. Even patting on the back, even putting hand on the shoulder of a person is also example of haptics, because touch language, haptic language gives you confidence, gives you very good understanding of another person, because they are in intimate zone. When we do so, we have the haptic when we are in intimate zone. If we are not in intimate zone, we cannot do such a type of communication. So touching people, you cannot touch anyone at any place. You can touch the another person, but when you are touching with the particular intention to show him the concern, emotions, feelings, at that time you can use the haptic. Here physical intimacy is there, and for that sake touch is used, and especially it is used in interpersonal relationships. And more than that, now let's go back to the main slide where we have discussed all these things again in very one short recap. I will tell all those things. Okay, here non-verbal communication, codes, kinesics, language of action, proxemics, language of distance, vocalics, language of sound, haptics, language of touch, chronomics, language of time. We have seen it. Let us go to the next, gesture. We have already discussed about the gesture means action of body in which there is a gazing required. V sign of victory is also gesture. Posture, we have seen the sitting posture, standing posture. Eye contact, we have seen language of eye contact. Facial expression and movements that we need to know in detail. Now facial expressions, if you are crying, your face is having, see, eyes and lips, both are very much important for facial expressions. When you are angry, you raise your eyebrows, your eyes are red, your face is swollen, and you show the anger. Now if you are happy, your cheeks are white, eyes are small, and there were only joy on your face. Even you can use your mouth movements. There are some mouth movements. If you want to say I don't know, you use your lower lips and take it as outside in this way, and you show that I don't know. Even if you are talking with someone and you want to show that what I am talking is not correct, not true, and you do not want to let know the other person who is talking with you, and one person is another there, him you want to show that I am speaking lie, at that time you blink your eyes, and when you blink your eyes, the person is not looking at you with whom you are talking, but another person is looking at you, and you show that blinking of eyes, and in this way you can understand. This is also example of facial expression, blinking of eyes, raising of eyes, and your eyebrows, cheeks, mouth. So all these are there in facial expressions. Movements means actions, whatever. If you want to say that there is a big tree, okay, what I would like to tell you, there is a big tree, and big tree action will be shown with both hands raising upward and showing the shape of tree. And if a teacher of geography wants to say that earth is round, means you will use full circle you will create full circle with both the hands, and will try to say that earth is round. Are you getting my point? So this is what movement. Intonation, accent, it is the part related with our third unit, phonetics. There we will study one by one. Right now paralanguage means what? Here it is the part of study in which we keep the pace. Means see example. Good morning sir, may I come in? I want to know your name in such a way. If you are speaking, you are not using paralanguage at all. Pace. Good morning sir, may I come in? I have a certain work with you to do. If you are speaking with this rate, it is related to paralanguage. Okay. Graphical signs and colors. We have seen signs in detail. Roadside signs are there. Even signs of your body movements are there. Colors that I would like to talk a little bit about. See, when you are talking about the colors, red color, white color, black color, yellow color, all are having green color, all are having different meaning. White color shows that purity. Black color shows that corruption, I may say, or bass, dullness. Red color indicates danger. Yellow color indicates what? See, if you say the green color means prosperity, yellow color means something like that. When we show the yellow color, where we use yellow color, very less use, but in there some flags are there, those are using yellow color. In our national flag there are 3 colors, both are all are having different indication or meaning. Green, white, and red color is there. So what I am talking about, the color also has a meaning. It is also a color language, and we need to understand. When you are at the signal, there is the first be ready for stop, green, go. These are 3 different colors used for the different meaning. So in this way, what we can say that non-verbal communication has 4 ingredients, 4 subtypes: codes, body language, paralanguage, and graphical communication. We have seen all these things. In codes, kinesics, language of action; proxemics, language of distance; cocalics, language of sound; haptics, language of touch; chronomics, language of time. Gesture means gazing action with the gaze. Posture means body position and standing positions. Eye contact means having eye gaze with people. facial expression, various expressions you use, movements, actions that you do with the help of your body language. Trace and intonation, accent, paralanguage we have seen. Signs, different signs are used for communication. Colors are also used for communication. So this is about the non-verbal communication. For today we are going to stop here now.